Hi, welcome to CLiKD's Creative Interviews. Hi there, I'm Lucas from CLiKD and welcome to CLiKD's Creative Interviews. And I am here with Edith Pritchett.
Hi.
So Edith, tell us a bit about yourself.
I'm a 24-year-old Londoner and I live in Shoreditch and I'm somewhere between an artist, illustrator and cartoonist.
Awesome. So when did you discover your creative mind?
Well, I've always really loved drawing, and one of my earliest memories was being at the Natural History Museum on a school trip.
Great.
And I was in a group with solely boys who just wanted to like roll about and kick each other. It was just like intensely irritating because I was taking like the task of visual documentation like very, very seriously and was like just very baffled by their behaviour. So I definitely remember being a little bit like more kind of visually inclined, and yeah, I've just always loved everything creative. And
So drawn to the arts from a young age?
yes,
Sweet.
a prodigy, if you will.
So is that from a young age, were you quite inspired often, or where do you find your inspiration nowadays?
Anything really. I mean, I just love kind of documenting banal, everyday kind of silly things. So it's nothing kind of like majestic, like, you know, the sun setting over the mountains. It's just kind of, you know, like somebody falling off a bus or something.
I guess with that in mind, obviously your work also falls in line with quite a lot of, say, millennial tropes and more modern, say, events in just the general public or kind of hot topic subjects. So is that how you source your inspiration?
Yeah, definitely. I kind of I definitely feel like I'm trying to push against the idea that it's only valid if it's kind of like some deep philosophical question,
right,
or some like, you know, like painting of like the beautiful countryside or something. Like I think it's just as valid to enjoy popular culture.
No, sure. So in that respect, do you find the more mundane side of things actually kind of kills or augments your creativity, or?
Well, definitely the mundane. Buttresses it, I think, because I feel like anything that people can kind of relate to or understand is really what I'm trying to get at. So I think people are much more likely to kind of like get a cartoon or a drawing about Love Island as opposed to kind of like, you know, a picture of some cattle in a field in Somerset or something. Okay, that was a bad example. Maybe something, you know, much more kind of distant, theoretical, philosophical. No. Or maybe I'm just too stupid to understand stuff like that.
I mean, your Love Island piece recently that went on Instagram is quite something.
Yeah.
And it speaks to a lot of people at CLiKD.
Yeah.
Especially me.
Yeah.
But is that kind of stuff in terms of Love Island, or say more political stuff, or I don't know, more entertainment? Is that really kind of what engages with you, and does that really kind of help you get to know your artwork better and like create?
Yeah, I think it would be like, I mean, I suppose I could try and do kind of very grandiose oil paintings, but it would be disingenuous. Like I do spend my days on BuzzFeed reading like, you know, like which Love Islander are you based on your favorite kind of baked potato? So it makes sense that my art ultimately relates to that. Yeah.
What would you say is your proudest moment today as a creative?
Well, I currently have some cards available in the Royal Academy of Art's gift shop. So yeah, that's been very exciting. Awesome. So when you go see the summer exhibition and see all the majestic work that I think for the layman, most of us probably can't afford, you can go out and buy my cards instead.
I mean,
consolation.
There's a particularly interesting story I found on your Instagram about a certain tattoo. Do you want to go into that? Because I feel like that must be quite a moment.
Oh, yeah, that was quite exciting. It was off the back of my degree show. I had a drawing of myself naked, drinking from a sippy cup that somebody picked up my business card and then DM'd me, slid into my DMs, asking if she could get a tattoo on her foot, and then she did, and it looks amazing.
That's really, really great.
It was very flattering.
Do you have any current projects that you're looking to plug at the minute, or that you're happy to speak to us about?
Well, I'm working on a graphic novella. rather than novel. I think maybe novel is actually a bit ambitious. About kind of trials and tribulations of being a millennial woman, which is going to be a very thinly veiled autobiography, because clearly my life is worthy of publication, hopefully.
Sure. So in, let's say, a kind of dream scenario, you can set up your own exhibition or live thing or group thing. Do you have any artists or musicians, actors, writers, so that you'd invite to take part with you?
I'm a big fan of all the New Yorker cartoonists. Anything that's funny or current always speaks to me. So Edward Steed of the New Yorker is just wonderful. Ruby, etc. She's great. She's very fun. I love Instagram as a forum for discovering people. So anyone who I enjoy on that, bring them along.
So with Instagram in mind, do you find that any artists in particular that you found on Instagram or say photographers stick out to you in particular this year?
Probably an obvious one, but I've discovered this photographer Wang Wei, whose photography is so beautiful, really, really wonderful imagery. So
nice.
Shout out to him.
Do you have any current? I mean, firstly, once again, if you want to plug any exhibitions that you're doing, great. If you don't worry. But do you also have any current or future exhibitions that you can recommend to our audience?
Probably everyone's gonna already know about this because it's embarrassingly mainstream. An embarrassingly mainstream choice, but the Klimt Sheila exhibition coming up at the Royal Academy, I'm really excited for. Beautiful drawings. So really looking forward to that.
Awesome. So before we say goodbye, can you say anything about any of the future work that you're working on, or where's the next step for you?
So hopefully my artwork can spread like a virus and infect everywhere. So I'm really not snobby about where I appear. Right. I just would like to, be in as many publications as possible, spread my evil feminist agenda, and that's the grand plan.
Awesome. So before we wrap up, we got Edith to look through CLiKD and pick 3 questions that, really speak to her and really want to eye up the right person. So, should we get the show on the road?
Yeah, all right. Okay, so the first question I chose was house parties or clubs?
Ooh, house parties.
Yeah, I agree. Somewhere to nap if you need it. My second question was, someone murders a loved one. Do you track them down and send them to jail or murder them yourself?
It's a tough one, but no, kill, just... cut the stuff.
Yeah. Okay. I'd have to strongly disagree on that front, but each to their own. Each murderer to their own.
Oh, God.
And my last question was, when travelling, would you rather explore with friends or go solo?
Yeah, it'd be pretty awesome with friends.
Yeah, samesies.
Well, thank you for watching, and you can catch all of Edith's work on her website and her social medias, which we will post on ours. Thanks a lot.